Hello everyone, I hope you're having a wonderful day. Picking back up where we left off in the previous Guild Wars video, today I'm going to show you how amazing the Guild Wars community is. It is still very much alive and the community here is very passionate. I feel like more than anything, the original Guild Wars really does prove the point that I've been trying to make for a very long time now. That no matter what, as long as there are people that love and cherish a game and want to play it, that game has no reason to die. We live in an age right now where even if you buy a single player game, as long as it has some form of multiplayer component, there is a good chance that you'll no longer ever be able to play that game again because the publisher or developer or whoever has decided that that game can no longer be online. And so, therefore, the game that you spent $60 on is no longer playable. The only difference here with MMOs is that pretty much every single one of us that plays MMOs has always had the expectation that we may never get to play the game again if something were to happen to it. We've all gone into that with this kind of expectation. And yet, ArenaNet has made it their mission to make sure that we can still play one of the best games they've ever made, even though it does cost some kind of money for them to run the server. Now, I do understand that their standpoint on it is that it doesn't cost enough to justify, shutting it down. But my thing is if this was any other company, if you were to present this from, I don't know, let's say Microsoft or Sony or Blizzard, which is, I guess, still Microsoft at this point. If their player base looked like the original Guild Wars does right now, even if their game had some kind of legacy to it, I kind of think that they would still shut it down. Because, I mean, you can look at what they've done with the 360 store and how games like Halo 3 was still active on the 360 and they still shut it down. Point is that once it's no longer profitable for them, nothing should ever drive them into the negative in any way. Or hell, sometimes they shut it down just because the game doesn't make the profits that they want. It might make profit, but it's not the profit they are looking for. So it's time to kill that game. Now, it seems like I'm ranting here, but I just think that we don't appreciate this enough sometimes, that when a developer truly loves their creation, they go out of their way to make sure people can still experience that game in some way or another, even if it is an MMO, which by all rights could be shut down at any time. So it's with this reasoning for me that I really appreciate the fact that a game that I kind of missed the mark on, 20 something odd years ago, even though I purchased the game, but I didn't really spend much time with it, that some 20 odd years later, I finally get the opportunity to sit down and enjoy this game. And it's honestly one of the best experiences I've ever had in gaming. Since my last video, I have made it through all of the searing part of Ascalon. So some mild spoilers ahead. As I've been making my way through the story, through the searing of Ascalon, you kind of start learning quite a bit of what's been going on. Essentially, the human kingdoms are weakened by what was called the Guild War, which was a war between the three different human kingdoms. Now, during this time, while the humans were busy fighting each other, this race of saber-tooth-like cat creatures, named the Char, grew in strength and number. This enabled the Char to gather up enough strength and numbers to essentially wipe out the kingdom of Ascalon in one fell swoop. And at this point, the human kingdom stands no chance in the state that they are in, and so the only choice is to retreat and refugee to another human kingdom that they were previously at war with. Prince Rurik decides to lead a group of refugees to the kingdom of Kryta to try to ask for assistance and aid in resettling the remaining Ascalonians. However, his father, the king, disowns him because he refuses to ask for aid from the kingdom of Kryta since they were previously at war with each other. Prince Rurik sees him as nothing more than a selfish and prideful old man, and they go their own separate ways. Most of the story that I've played through thus far is making our way to Kryta. Eventually, we make our way out of Ascalon and into the mountain. It is in the very first outpost in the Shiver Peak Mountains that I meet a player who changes everything for me. Speaking of great experiences, I want to thank NordVPN for collaborating with me and my channel. They were kind enough to allow me to share with you, my audience, an offer of 72% off NordVPN today by simply using my NordVPN affiliate link below. It's no secret that I find cybersecurity to be very important in this day and age. Your data is a highly valued commodity in this current market, which is why hackers and malware effectively target you and your data more than anything else to be sold on the dark web and the black market. Every day it feels like a new website has leaked your personal data. This is where NordVPN steps in. NordVPN is dedicated to protecting their customers from phishing, malware, hackers, all the way to fake shops. The internet is becoming littered with these fake storefronts that scammers are using to bait you into purchasing non-existent products and running away with your hard-earned money. Don't wait until you become a victim of a cyber attack. Use my affiliate link below today and get up to 72% off on your first order of NordVPN and protect yourself and your loved ones. NordVPN is risk-free due to NordVPN's 30-day money-back guarantee. So don't wait. Try NordVPN today using my affiliate link. Now let's get back to the video. Now, if you watched my previous video, you'll remember that one of my goals was that I had always wanted to get the Dragon Flame Sword. I'd never actually gotten it before in the game, but when I saw it originally, I kind of fell in love with it and I really wanted to get one. My friends at the time had told me that you could actually get the sword, but back then I didn't even understand how to get new armor or upgrade my character very well, so I didn't get very far, and so I never even got a chance to grab that sword. Now, when I entered this outpost, I almost left the outpost without realizing someone was trying to talk to me. I just hadn't really been looking at the chat. Funnily enough though, I was looking on the Wikipedia to see if there was anywhere nearby I could start grinding out for the flame sword I wanted. But right as I was about to walk out the outpost, I noticed the chat that someone was saying, "Hey Xena, do you need any weapons?" Now this player is named Asterix the Phoenix. I wanted to highlight his name as well because he is a wonderful person. Apparently he does sit around in the newer player areas and asks if people need help or if they need equipment and stuff, because he collects a lot of items, and according to him, he just likes exploring and playing the game, and so he has no problem with sharing whatever he finds with other people if he doesn't need it. I told him I was doing fine, but I was hunting a dragon fiery sword. The reason I did mention that was because I thought he might point me in the right direction of where to get one. I was reading the Wikipedia page and it mentioned that Silver Peak did have a farming spot for it, but I'm not familiar with the place yet, so I wasn't really sure of where I could actually go and farm it. And this man right here, he's a freaking amazing person. He goes up to his chest, tells me to come over, and he gives me a dragon flame sword, along with a legendary sword, upgrade pieces, shields, maces, all kinds of warrior equipment. This man was so nice to me. This man really made my day. Not only did he give me his dragon flame sword that he had, but he gave me multiple other items, taught me some information about the game that I didn't know, such as how to use ruins and how to better upgrade my character. But he also gave me 150,000 gold. This guy not only made my day, but made my experience in the original Guild Wars top notch. It's one of the best gaming experiences I've ever had in a long time, just because this man was so kind that it's just sitting here trying to make someone's day. This is a wonderful interaction because it really shows that the community cares and they want to make sure that new players have a good experience. But not only that, but there are players out there that just want others to enjoy the game as much as they do. He spent about 20 minutes with me, not only giving me stuff, but teaching me about the game. He also told me about going to the Nightfall campaign when I get to Kryta so I can get heroes companions, since apparently they're much better companions than the henchmen you get out there in the wild. I gotta say, I really miss interactions like this in games. I don't get them as often as I used to. I remember the person that kind of really inspired me to stick to it and play through World of Warcraft was someone who spent some time with me on a character I was messing around with, a low-level character. And they gave me like 300 gold back in, I think, early Wrath of the Lich King. And they, showed me around and let me join their guild. And it's things like this that really leave the biggest impression on newer players and makes them want to stick around with a game. Because whenever you have that kind of investment from another player to you, it makes you want to give them that return on investment by playing the game and learning how to play it and showing other new players the same kind of courtesy. So if you see people like Asterix the Phoenix in the game, make sure to show them how grateful you are, even if you're not one of those new players that might be benefiting from them. We really need to cherish people like this in the games we play, because they're the ones that make it possible for newer players to really enjoy games, and they're out there making special memories for people that they'll hold on to forever. I know every time I've ever encountered anyone like this in any MMO or any game that I've ever played, I have never forgotten them. Even if I don't remember their name, I definitely remember what they did for me and how good it feels to actually see someone take time out of their day to actually teach you how to play a game or give you things and make your journey that much more meaningful and interesting. So yeah, the Guild Wars community definitely made my dream come true. I'm so happy. I'm currently running around with my Dragon Flame Sword. I just made it to Kryta. I'm excited for the story. I'm having a ton of fun playing my warrior now. I will tell you, maybe a couple hours before I met him, I was getting a little bit bored because I felt like my warrior was getting weaker as I leveled up, and it was because I didn't quite understand how to set up my character as I should have. And he taught me how to better set up my character as far as using ruins and things, and he's really changed the game for me, and now I'm starting to really enjoy playing my warrior, and it's just been a total blast so far. I definitely have been loving the story and loving the Guild Wars lore and learning more about this world, and I'm looking forward to actually taking this experience eventually into Guild Wars 2, but I still want to spend a lot of time with Guild Wars 1 at this time to learn more about the game, and even seeing about doing the Noraf expansion and seeing what I can bring over to my Guild Wars 2 account. I hope you'll continue following me on my journey as I play through Guild Wars. I'll have various other videos coming out as well for other games such as Warhammer Online, and another game that I'm currently working on that I will soon reveal. But I want to thank everyone once again for an amazing 2024. I had a wonderful year. My channel blew up and I had the opportunity to actually get monetized. And I'm going to be spending more and more time this year into this channel. So again, I really appreciate everyone for spending the time with me and watching my videos. If you haven't already, please subscribe. Have a good rest of your day. I'll see you in the next one.